Guys, I just literally got out of the craziest trade I've ever been in, and not one that I'd like to be in ever again. This trade on Marvel today consumed, as you can see, the entire trading day. You know what? I'm gonna delete I'm gonna delete um some of these drawings here. Um, But anyway, this is a crazy trade. So I just want to show you kind of what's going on here because it's actually a really good lesson. The big hook with this trade is that I was down at this point at the top because I was short this thing for pretty much the entire day. And we'll get to it in a minute, but at this top here, I was down $2,800, which would be the single biggest loss I've ever taken on a trade. $2,800 here at this top. And I'll tell you kind of why I stayed with the trade and what I was thinking. And first of all, I want to say that this trade is not, I should have cut my loss early. I should have not been in this. I should have not, as you can see, I kind of kept averaging in, averaging down on my short position, which ended up working out for me. I'm down $113 on it, which is a total blessing. As I was shaking my head up here at lunchtime, but oh my God, I nearly pulled this stock green on the day, which would have been just nuts. Because just for me and the position sizes that I usually take, today was just a very different day. So I actually went long on it to start with, and that actually worked out. This was a profitable trade, about $300 or something like that. And I actually went short on it here, thinking it was going to come back through, but it didn't, and it consolidated here. I kept waiting for the break, and we didn't get that, and it came back up through the highs. And we have these really, um, oops, we have these very kind of distinctive pre-market highs. Looks like I deleted some of the lines, but I had lines here. Um, of these pre-market tops here, here, um, and that's so as you can see, here's a touch, and I thought, okay, here we go, we're pulling back. I add to the short position. Nope, we squeeze right on through. And this is probably where I should have just cut the position because now we are through these pre-market highs and there's really no level of resistance. As you can see on the daily, we have a big gap down and it's kind of filling this gap. So that is a spot where I should have just been out, but I wasn't out, and it comes back up. I go short again, capture some profit off this quick short, but still have some shares from that. It comes back up. I go short again, another 500, and then another 500 as I'm just like, this thing cannot keep going. And the one thing that, I was looking at that made me do that essentially was this volume. Like this volume was just piss poor all day. Like I'm looking at this thing like, how does this thing have the energy to keep going? Like, you know what I mean? I mean, this is a very high volume day overall for Marvel, and they have this news that they're acquiring another company, and so it was way down on that, and it just looks like, okay, well, is it going to fill this gap? And it actually ended up coming. The strong's kind of getting in the way here, but you can see the top of this daily candle is actually inside the prior day's range. So that's where I was like, oh my God, this is a big disaster. But the reason that I added here was because you have this resistance of the 50. This is a 50 period moving average. Um, so you have that resistance as well as the resistance of the prior day's low. So I was looking to short there, and then I captured some here as we kind of broke below this purple trend. And then the rest of the day was just kind of a like, I'm waiting for this thing to move lower as the volume is just not there. And, uh, you know, that is typically a move you'll see is come up and touch the bottom of the gap and then come back through. I would have been really surprised if it just kind of kept floating up here on no volume. It wouldn't really make sense whatsoever. So it makes sense that we get kind of the afternoon fade. But this trade, man, caused me so much friggin' stress. Like, you have no idea, you know? I'm down $2,800. I've been green this entire week and green most of last week too. Um, I think in the next video, I'll do an update on my trader view. So I have a website that captures all of my red and green days, and it's a really cool visual that I showed, I think in my first or second video, if you want to go check that out. But anyway, this trade, as you can see, a lot of executions here, and this was pretty much the only stock I traded all day. I do have some, I took an early trade on eBay before I even touched Marvel. I was in short and then I was out because I just didn't like it. Turns out it would have worked out, but whatever. 55 bucks there. And then I just got out of this trade on Pinterest because you know what? I am just I'm gutsy like that. I did not want to end this day red. I thought, how funny would it be if I ended green? $11, perfect. That's perfect. That's just what I wanted. To take a $2,800 red day and turn it into an $11 green day just for the memes is just that's yeah, anyway. So I decided to do that because I knew I could pull it off. I'll show you actually the trade. It's just I'll just take a second. Right here. Just simple, bottom pick and capture profits. Like I'm not looking for any big move. Just want to get myself in the green for the day because when I do upload my trades to TraderView, I want that day to look green. So let's go back to Marvel here. Anyway, so I am totally out. I'm blessed to be out, and I just was shaking my head through this entire period. Like, how is this happening right now? Like, how and I would have no problem with it if there were volume, but like to me, this volume is just pathetic. Like, I don't get how. I don't get like at this point in time, it just looks like the stock's just floating up into space, and it's just somehow it only goes up. It only goes up. It doesn't go down like whatsoever. No pullbacks. I mean, there kind of are, but I was expecting something different. So anyway, this was actually kind of something that I expected to happen in the afternoon, so that's why I stayed with it. And I have really good exits here. I'm really happy with my exits and super happy to be down 113. You can see my last exit is perfect right here. These exits right at the low in the afternoon. And I don't that'll be the low for the afternoon. I think that's it. So anyway, all right, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. This is just a crazy trade that I thought I'd put out there. Hopefully you learned something from it. And I'm just, whew, dodged a bullet. So, all right, guys, like, subscribe, whatever. Put any questions, I'll definitely answer them. You can put them in the comments or whatever. All right, have a good day, guys. That's it.